Well, this week on Rules of the Road, we're talking about what to do after a car accident.
And joining us here in studio is Sergeant Brian Pennings from CHP to answer some of the most frequently asked questions after an accident. Because, a lot of folks don't really think about this, obviously, till the moment it happens. It's traumatic when it does happen. Talk to us first about filing a police report, getting CHP or police involved. What is the protocol? When should you do it?
Well, if you have a minor collision that has minor damage and no injuries, you're not required to have a report if both parties choose to opt out and not have a report. However, if there are injuries or major damage, or if you suspect one of the parties is possibly impaired, it's best to have us come out and do an investigation.
So could that affect your insurance, though?
It could. Whenever we document a collision, that collision gets entered into the database. It does go on your record, regardless of fault, as a party that's been involved in the collision.
All right. So let's say you've traded information, you've gone through the whole process, you didn't get a police report. A couple days later, you're like, I probably should have one. What do you do in that case? Is there a chance to get one after the fact?
Well, most agencies, including ours, will allow you to file what they call a counter report. So you can go to any of the offices, you get a form and you fill out what information you have and documenting it, and that should suffice for your insurance companies if they require you to have a report.
So what do you do if you've just had an accident and that person just leaves, or they don't have insurance? I mean, in those kinds of cases, I sit there and I kind of I don't know.
Okay. So first of all, when you're involved in a collision, you want to be a good witness. You want to try to get as much identifying information as you can. If the other party leaves the scene that does not give their information to you, that is a hit and run. It is a misdemeanor. If there's injuries, it's a felony. As far as them not having insurance, if a party does not have insurance, in those situations, usually the insurance companies will go ahead and fix your car, and then they have a legal team that will go after that individual to get reimbursement for the damage to your vehicle.
Let's go through what are some of the best practices after an accident. So what is the protocol? What is the best things to do right after, depending on obviously the severity?
Well, if it's minor damage and the vehicles are drivable, we always recommend that you try to get out of the roadway. That's extremely dangerous. I cannot tell you how many major injury and fatalities that I've been to where people were standing around their cars in the roadway and get hit after a previous collision already occurred. So always try to get out of the roadway. Some people will say, well, I want to leave my car so the officer knows exactly where I was at. We'll know where you're at. We by physical evidence and damage and statements, we'll figure that part out. The biggest thing is to be safe and move off the roadway as far as possible to a safe location.
I guess also the question is, I've seen people that get out of their car and they're standing in front of their car. They probably should move away from the scene, just walk away from it.
Well, if the cars are not movable and there's nothing you can do, you certainly don't want to be standing between the vehicles, and you don't want to be standing in front of traffic. If it's at nighttime or something, you can find a way to stand safely on a shoulder and kind of wave your hands or flash a light or something that people try to get their attention, let them know something is going on up ahead. It's an extremely dangerous situation. We try to get to those crashes as soon as we can because we know how volatile they can be, especially at nighttime.
Yeah, sometimes you see people pull off to the side of the road, accident or otherwise. What's the best practice for getting off the road? I mean, how far off the road should you be? Should you stand away from your vehicle, go stand off in the bushes or whatever is the closest thing you can safely get to?
Well, the wider the shoulder, the better, and it's even better if you can get off into like a parking lot, off the off ramp, or so on and so forth. If that's feasible.
If you have to be on the shoulder, and it's let's say a relatively tight shoulder, where do you go?
Well, the safest spot would be for you to stay seated inside your vehicle with your seatbelt on, if possible. You do not want to be standing between the vehicles. You want to be standing away from if one of the vehicles does get hit, you don't want to be trapped in between them. Correct. And then obviously you call 911 and we'll get there as soon as we can.
If you're having just engine trouble. I'm just trying to, because I've seen people off the side of the road with a phone, like where do they stand? Is that best to be in your car or away?
If you're inside your vehicle, keep your seatbelt on. That's the safest spot for you. But if you're standing away from your vehicle, try to stand as far away from you can, but always face oncoming traffic so you can perceive and predict if there's a dangerous situation approaching.
Because as people drive by, sometimes they get distracted just seeing your vehicle out there and just sort of veer off. We've seen that happen before.
Correct. You don't want to turn your back to oncoming traffic.
All right.
Well, good insight there, Sergeant Pennings. Appreciate that, and we'll see you back next time for Rules of the Road. And we'll be right back here on the Fox 5 News at 1.